it's not even so much a pet peeve. It's disgusting. I mean, and the way they are so entitled, and I've seen it, and I love the ironic like posts about people making fun of them. The best one, there's this guy on TikTok who does like Magic the Gathering videos, and which if you're watching this, I'll put a link somewhere in the middle here. I'll put to his TikTok or something. Yeah, it'll be somewhere here. Post, edit. Welcome back to the Nazarene Nerd Podcast. I'm David the Nazarene Nerd, and today I have with me again my best friend Dustin.
Hi again.
So I figured it's not that I was running out of ideas for podcast episodes. It's that I had so many people lined up that I knew to do episodes, and for a while there I was doing like 2 people a week, and now I'm like, crap, I have nothing to upload for what this will come out today. Like, as a recording, I'm going to post it tomorrow. So figured I had this idea, and Maddie will also come on, and I probably have a couple other people come back on, or just to talk about stuff like this, because I think this is going to be more like venting, because everyone needs to vent.
Yeah.
So I think today we're going to talk about pet peeves, like what grinds your gears. So we'll start with your stuff, Dustin. What grinds your gears?
Well, do you want to go one, two?
Yeah, we'll do that. That's
okay.
why. Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Well, number 1, I have people walking slowly / what?
To your face. I can't.
Oh.
Yeah, talk into the microphone.
People walking slowly / stopped in the middle of the aisle, just talking.
In like supermarkets and stuff.
Yeah.
It's what's worse is like the stores that aren't designed well. It's like a bad parking lot, where it's like, I'm going to try to back out, but I'm going to be this close to hitting another car as I back out. But the aisleways, especially when you get someone who's fairly large.
Yeah, if you're following somebody and like you're about to pass them, then they move to the left. That takes me off.
Sorry, you slide your cart over. It's like, I was going to go that way, and then someone's coming this way. It's like, we're in America. Drive on the right side, coming this way, left side,
Right.
I had that happen to me the other day. I forget where I was at. And like, they were already going super slow. Mm-hmm. I'm behind them. I'm like, come on, lady, just go. Just go. And then she just stops. And not even like, she stops her cart and then walks across the aisle.
Oh.
That's even worse. Like, all right, crap, now get me, lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Along with that, people walking towards you that are taking up the whole aisle that won't move over.
Maddie, she's done it before where she's bumped into people.
Yeah.
On purpose. Like, if you're not gonna, like, if I'm in my lane, that's like someone driving a car coming this way and they're in your lane. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it's a lot more dangerous, but if you keep going and they hit you,
it's their fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I'm just not gonna move either. We'll run straight into each other. I don't care.
We're playing chicken, and I'm gonna win every time.
Yep.
Is that all you got on that one?
That's all I have.
Okay, so my first one is TikTok NPCs.
Oh,
I'm not sure if how aware of them you are, or if anybody listening is aware of what a TikTok NPC is. We've played video games. You know what an NPC is, non-playable character. It's a computer-generated character in the game that has specific lines that never changes, and like, I know there was what's the funny part is there was a video series on like YouTube with this, I think it was like this Swedish chick and this guy or whatever. Like, she would just sit there and and she was an NPC, but they were for videos. TikTok NPCs are the worst. Mm-hmm. So you go on and you start, and it's a live stream, and every time someone sends, there's like stars, emojis, whatever, that are worth a certain amount of money.
Thanks for the star.
Thanks for the follow. And there's like 2 that I hate the most. I don't know their names. There's the one guy, he's like and he kind of follows into the next one. I got 2 later on. But he's got gross, greasy hair that kind of just comes down just a little bit, and he's a real gross pencil thin mustache. And he's like, "Ooh, thanks for the follow, thanks for the like," and then someone sends a chili emoji, which I don't know how much. Like I don't know how much they cost to send this stuff.
I have no idea. I never sent one thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like bits on Twitch where you pay money to get bits and you send them. It's not a whole lot, a couple bucks at most, but either way, like it adds up.
Right.
And so someone sends them a chili, ooh, spicy chili, ooh, spicy chili, and then someone sends them a rose, which I think is more expensive. He pulls the rose out, lovely rose, lovely rose, ooh, spicy chili. Thanks for and like, I want to hit these people.
You couldn't pay me $100 just to say that.
Ooh, spicy chili. Ooh, these people, there's the one which I think Cinnamon Toast Ken had done a react to him. It's not one that I had seen regularly, but it was this guy doing Miles Morales Spider-Man in New York City, which I think he actually, he didn't get arrested, but he assaulted somebody because they were either trying to get in his shot, trying to take his phone or something. And you'd send him a Galaxy, which I think on all of them, the Galaxy is the most expensive one.
Yeah,
and Miles Morales is the multiverse. So he sends a Galaxy. Oh, thanks, a Galaxy. Maybe I get back to my own home universe. And he flies off screen and then comes back on. And the one time it happened 10 times in a row, and you hear him off screen come on, effing stop sending him, come on. He's getting angry about it because he's got to keep doing it. I'm like,
yeah.
You're the moron who decided to do this stupid content. And these dudes that do it are just I want to hit them. But the women that do it, it is so much more cringe because they feed off of it with these creepy dudes that just love it.
Well, you're sexist.
You call me sexist all you want, but it's creepy dudes that want these women to fit this image of I can make them do whatever I want as long as I pay everything. It's creepy. It is.
I don't like any of it.
No, I don't. And that's. I'm glad we are so far ahead of what we were in 2018 or 2019 when I love the fact that each month was a meme. Mm-hmm. I forget what year it was. I think it was 18 or 19, 17, somewhere around there. You could literally go back and look into a calendar and see what the popular thing was that month.
Yeah.
Dang, Daniel, what are those? That thing. It was funny. But we made stupid people famous.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres was perfect at making stupid people famous.
Till she got canceled. But
yes, rightfully so. But we've come so much further from that and have gone down a much worse rabbit hole because of that.
Yeah.
Entertainment has really gone downhill. The Hawktua girl I'd honestly say she's basically an NPC at this point. She's trying to ride that fame now
she's trying hard.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
No, I'm glad it died.
Everybody stopped giving a crap in about, I don't know, a week.
Yeah.
And she's like, ooh, I'm going to be famous.
Forever, yeah. They did an interview with her. They did it was a reality TV show episode or something like that. It wasn't even it was 30 minutes, if that. Mm-hmm. A day in a life, because she lives on a farm or something like that. But it's the same concept of people getting famous for the dumbest things.
She's done a few podcasts, but other than that, I don't know.
You've got people that have got popular on Vine, went to TikTok, and now are popular. But it's almost as bad as, I say the best example of someone who went from TikTok to a bigger platform that didn't try too hard but still made it work was Call Me Chris. Chris Collins. She was huge on TikTok. And I don't really see too much of her sketch comedy that she used to. And she was fantastic. But now she does YouTube videos, whether it's reacting, reading Reddit posts, or she's now living with Oompaville. She's dating.
She does a lot of haunted house stuff.
Yeah,
too.
she does so much more. She's made it work. Mm-hmm. But these other people still are trying to live off of the very little bit of content that they did, and they're just trying to expound. You can't make a 60-second video and expound on it for an entire minute.
No.
Or for a 20-minute video.
If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah, which I'm trying. Obviously, doing some stuff on YouTube and podcast stuff, which I've seen the podcast has been taken off. For me, people are like, "Oh, if we get to 30,000 likes, I'll shave my head or whatever." I'm like, I get one like a video maybe, but I'm getting 100, 115 views per.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I know, and that makes me happy that and I'm not trying too hard. I don't have the expectation of I'm gonna get famous.
Yeah.
I have the expectation of I enjoy doing this. It's fun.
Okay.
And to get you out of your shell too with stuff like this, because you are not used to being on camera.
I don't like cameras. I don't even like pictures.
Michelin Marshmallow Boy.
Oh.
We'll get to that later at some point. So what is your next pet peeve?
Oh, I don't even lollygagging.
Lollygagging.
That's almost the same as the first one. It's in the same vein. Like taking too much time. If I'm with somebody, if they
Usually
just
me.
spend a bunch of time somewhere, I'm like, can we go do something else?
I mean, for me, I spend too much time trying to figure something out.
Yeah.
I have a problem with like if I don't get it figured out right now, it's gonna bug me the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I know Maddie hates it. But she'll do the same thing where she's like in a store for so long. I'm like, all right, I looked at this rack, I'm ready to go.
Right.
She's not. She's still looking through every little, clearance section, whatever. But
If I'm spending more time than like an hour in a store, I'm starting to go nuts.
yeah, I usually go into stores with the intent of knowing what I'm going to look at.
Yeah.
Or I look through very quickly. That's why I hate Walmart's biggest thing is like, oh, we're changing stuff up so people have to look more and they want more. I'm like, no, you make people mad.
Yeah.
Like I was here last week and the thing I wanted was right there. Now it's not. It's over there. Now I got to walk over there and waste time.
About another mile of walking.
Yeah, it's like I've already done it. I'm already fat and lazy. I don't want to walk anymore. People lollygagging in the parking lot. I know my dad said that and said it for like I understand there's handicaps we can't see, but all these like large people that it's in your control. Don't counsel me for this, but like being large that is in your control. Park at the back of the parking lot and do jumping jacks the whole way through the front.
And then I cancel you. You're not getting your one like this weekend.
Like, quit lollygagging from that one handicap spot that someone who actually does have a disability that can't control it,
Right.
needs a scooter that needs your mobility scooter because you don't want to walk.
Yeah. If you're,
I guess that's a part of another pet peeve, but I don't want to get canceled for having a whole episode on like large people.
you're fat, lose weight.
He said it, not me. I agree, but he said it.
I'm fat myself, but at least I'm not like mobility scooter fat.
Oh yeah, like I'm. Well, neither of us are morbidly obese, but definitely overweight from what we should be. I think for me, I'm 5'10", should be like 180 pounds. Like that's the,
Yeah.
and you're what, 6'1", something like that?
6 foot.
6 foot. So I'd say probably like 195,
Yeah.
200-ish.
I'm quite a few pounds from that.
Yeah. And even so, a guy I work with at work, he is 6'2", maybe 6'3" at the tallest, but he is 530 pounds. He walks. I mean, I've seen him book it a couple times.
I'm impressed by just him walking.
I know he moves very well for his size, and that'll segue into my next pet peeve because I would say he's one. I'm not going to name any names, regardless of who listens to this or not. But neck beards. I listened to Red X yesterday. I don't know if you listened to Red X at all.
I don't even know what that is.
I thought I recommended before. So Red X is a YouTuber that I wouldn't even say he's like a VTuber. It's just an image that kind of like a couple images that make him move and open him, whatever. But he just reads Reddit posts about neck beard stories, cringe stories. My favorite ones are the neckbeard cringe stories that take place in like game shops.
Oh, okay.
Because the stuff that happened, I mean, I've been in game stores before. You've been in the game stores because I've drug you along. Some of the people you see in those.
Pretty rough.
Yeah. So I used to listen to a lot of Red X. I haven't recently. I just did yesterday, just kind of, which reminded me of this, a big pet peeve of mine. And more so like just, it gives you like, the girl's like, oh, it's an ick of mine. Like an ick is neckbeards in general. And you don't even have to be a large person to be a neckbeard. Mm-hmm. I mean, characteristics, just physical, like appearance characteristics, usually large, facial hair, just dork. Yeah. Facial hair just here, fedora, fingerless gloves, trench coat.
Yeah.
Says "Milady." Yeah, tipping you. I tip my fedora to you. That's a big, meme thing, and just the way they talk. And I know the one I used to work with one kid, and I had to correct him. And this is a correction to everybody that does it. When you want to get a girl or get with a girl, whatever I don't condone hookup culture. I don't, but do not call them females.
Ooh. I don't like that.
Yeah, like, because he goes, well, I'm not good with the females.
I do it as a joke sometimes.
Yeah,
just because it's funny.
But this is a genuine, like, how do you get females? Like, one, Don't call them females.
Yeah.
Yes, their gender is female, woman, lady, whatever, but don't call them females.
Woman at the minimum, girls, something like that.
Yeah. Hey, lady.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, lady.
Get the ladies.
Get the ladies, which is usually that's, your Chad. But like, and that would kind of go along with like incels, like involuntary celibates, the ones that like, try too hard and are never getting with a woman ever.
Yeah.
And just that kind of broad category. It's not even so much a pet peeve. It's disgusting. I mean, in the way they are so entitled, and I've seen it, and I love the ironic like posts about people making fun of them. And the best one, there's this guy on TikTok who does like Magic the Gathering videos, and which if you're watching this, I'll put a link somewhere in the middle here. I'll put to his TikTok or something. Yeah, it'll be somewhere in here. Post, edit. If I can find the specific one where it's a filter where it like he puts a fedora on, it makes him kind of fat, and he talks like this. This is how he comes to the store and he sits down and with his magic cards. Actually, guys, if you see my magic deck, it's super expensive, and like this card is so. Or the worst one, like my super sexy deck. Is this character is super sexy, and it's disgusting.
Well, actually,
Well, actually, that type of person. It's hard to expound on how much I dislike that in general, but it's so entertaining to listen to these stories. And I've noticed that if I didn't do sports in school, if I didn't do extracurricular, if I didn't have friends, if I did, if I wasn't even so much forced to do stuff, I probably would end up like that.
probably.
Because I'm a nerd. Sometimes I am not self-aware.
I mean, look at this place.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally sitting in a tavern now. Obviously, there's a fireplace over there. It's going to change. I got the chest over here that was over there. It's changing. I'm going to have a bar over there, so you're going to have a tavern keep. Like, there's going to be each side is going to be usable for videos, like it's in just content creating. So like I've said before, I go extra. I don't just go into a hobby and start kind of my way. No, I'm jumping into it and I'm buying everything I need to,
right,
until I get bored with it and go on to the next thing. But this is so far it's taken off. And it's fun and it's less. There's no stress in this whatsoever. We just sit down and talk.
Yeah.
So
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but like I probably would have been a neckbeard. No, luckily I did sports. I'm not over, humongous.
Right.
Obviously, I haven't done anything in 10 years. So
I mean, there's a lot of people who play sports that are overweight now, but
yeah. I mean, it's been 10 years since then. So, but it's interesting. Like I could be like that, but just these stories are so intriguing. It's like, ooh, I can't look away. That type. I mean, I could go on a whole rant about neckbeards. So what's your last one?
what was it? Every company asking me for tips.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever they don't, not that they don't deserve it. I pretty much only give tips if it's like a waitress that makes like $2 an hour.
So you're not talking about like the company itself, but
I'm talking about like pretty much like Subway. People make normal, like at least minimum wage.
Yeah.
Why would I give you a tip? You get paid a normal wage.
See, now I'm not disagreeing with that. I worked at Subway. I appreciated tips. Now, I mean, I got paid a great, but tips are, because in other countries they don't do tips.
Yeah.
They pay their people regular wages. We have greedy. I mean, we're capitalists. I think capitalism works.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have someone who's greedy. It's a service that is above and beyond.
I agree.
What expected.
If you're doing like a great job or get it out to me really fast whenever there's a long line, you deserve a tip then. But
yeah, you're going above and beyond what your job requires. Right. Heck, I had it worked the other day. Now this is where I wish I'm going to eventually learn to jockey. Big jump into something I've never done before, moving trailers around, especially with my driving record. But a guy I work with, he went out to move a trailer for one of the guys. So I think it was like Western Express, their trailer, the brakes locked up, and we couldn't move the trailer. So they sent somebody out to fix it and look at it. Well, he didn't want to get in the truck and move it himself, so we sent this guy out to move it, and he just kind of jiggle it to see if he can unlock it. Mm-hmm. The guy was going to give him $20, or no, it was $50, just a $50 bill, just for a tip saying, "Hey, thanks." I didn't have to do that.
Nice.
Now, obviously, he can't take it, which my boss, You
I
know,
would have been just pocket it.
yeah, which I guess the last company, they're like, you can't do that. That's whatever the thing is, like, you're not allowed to do that. But like, in the case of like, obviously at my job, we get paid a fair amount. It's our job. It's not like we even work with customers directly. But this guy was like, here's $50 just because that I appreciate you doing this for me, so I don't have to do it.
Right.
But going to these coffee shops where the baristas get paid a fair amount to spin that iPad around. Oh, tip. No.
Yeah. I just think if you get paid the normal wage, a tip shouldn't be like asked of you.
Yeah, like if I'm going to give you a tip, here's your tip.
Yeah.
And I anymore I got to figure out, like, should I carry cash on me? Is it do I put it on the card, because now card companies charge a surcharge on the tip.
Right.
And I know that, like, what's the place in Mount Union? Checkers. I realized that they had explained to me that their tips aren't like taking out surcharge, and the waitresses out there deserve tips like that. I tell you what, if you're in our area, go to Checkers for for breakfast or lunch. The food's fantastic.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, especially dynamite fries. Have you tried their dynamite fries?
I haven't yet.
Oh my! Do you like jalapenos?
Yes.
Okay, so it's French fries, a cheese sauce, buffalo sauce, shredded chicken, and jalapenos.
That sounds sick.
It is amazing. Like, it's in for $8.
That's not bad.
It could feed like 3 people. It's huge. I could never finish one for $8.
That's pretty nice.
It's amazing.
Might go next weekend.
Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, tipping has gotten ridiculous, and I see these posts about Uber, or not so much Uber, DoorDash, or what's the other one?
Lyft?
Yeah, no.
Oh no.
There's the food ones. There's DoorDash, and there's another one or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anywho, like, they can see, like, you tip before they get there. So like, oh, well, I'm not going to accept this one because they didn't give me a big enough tip. Like, I don't want to give you a tip until I see your service. Like, if your service is crappy, I'm not giving you a tip at all.
If my food is all messed up, I'm not going to give you a tip.
Yeah. Like, I wish you could go in and like, nope, just subtract that because because you see too many posts about someone showing up at someone's door, like, excuse me, what do you mean a $2 tip? And then like throw the food at the thing. So now, one, I paid for my meal, I gave you a tip, and now I don't get my meal.
People are too entitled.
Exactly, and we have created this entitled society, like I said before, with how capitalism does work perfectly if you're not greedy. So I had someone tell me, "Oh, this is the perfect example of socialism," and I'm like, "No, it's capitalism." A CEO of a company who made millions of dollars a year dropped his own salary down to $88,000 so that every single employee in his business made $88,000 a year. That's capitalism. That's not socialism. That's that guy saying, "Hey, I make enough money, I'm content with this amount, so all my other employees can have this amount too."
Yeah.
That's capitalism.
That's pretty crazy for an owner. But
oh, exactly. That's really out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And that's someone who's like, look, I make so much money. I make so much money more a year. And even so, like, I'm sure his revenue probably went up. So even he could like, all right, well, I'm going to bring a little more in just because I'm the owner of this company. Obviously, I think whoever owns the company should make more because you're the one that started it. You're doing the most work. You have to hire people. You have to, pay out insurances, all this and that.
Right.
So it's people are like, oh, well, so-and-so makes so much money. They should, have to get. I'm like, no, they shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to hire you is a thing. There's so many things of like, oh, you shouldn't, like, we should get this, this, and this. You shouldn't. No, you shouldn't get this and this. It's a privilege to have that, and that.
Right.
But you aren't entitled to it. The only thing you're entitled to is the air you breathe. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, like you said, we it is an entitled society. It's like, oh, I deserve a tip. No, you don't. I can't.
You'll get a tip if I give you a tip.
Yeah, and that's why I know you hate it, but I get. And lately I've been doing it because I hate how they pressure you by standing there staring at you.
Yeah.
And I don't mean they as in like a derogatory, that group of people, but like you go to a Chinese restaurant.
Just say it. I know you want to.
No, I don't have prejudice towards anybody. I don't care. I don't see in color. Obviously people are different skin color, but I don't care what color you are. Or it depends on your attitude towards me and your service. But you go to a Chinese restaurant, and even, hey, there is American people working at these Chinese restaurants too.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah, even any buffet. If I'm just getting the buffet, you brought me my water. Big whoop. Oh, you took my plate. Big whoop. I could go to A&W, get stuff, and it's on a tray, and I could take everything and dump that tray into a garbage can and put that tray there. There's nothing for me saying I can't just take that plate and put it, it's
Right.
unless you are there talking to me, refilling every day. Oh, one time I did, like, I gave a bigger tip at a Chinese restaurant because it was a guy, looked like he had been like in the what's that Chinese mafia?
Red Dragons. I don't know.
No, there's like a big one. But he looked like he was part of that. Like, he had a scar here, kind of like unbuttoned shirt. The dude looked like super cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
one, that's a cool dude, and he was there more often than most other ones were. And I felt a little bit threatened that if I didn't, I might get, stabbed. But either way, it's like, unless you give me a spectacular service that I feel like you deserve one at most buffets, you don't do much besides. And I'm going to get a lot of hate from people that are like, I work at a buffet. And I'm like, tell me, what do you do more than just putting water on the table and taking plates?
Yeah, it's weird because I brought up the tip thing, and I get on your butt about leaving a tip at a Chinese place.
Yeah. Like, I mean, at a restaurant, you should leave one. And the one thing, and we're going to bring this up back around to religion, Christians that leave tracts at tables.
Leave tracks?
Like those $1 million tracts I showed you, where it looks like a fake. It looks like $1 million bill.
Oh,
and on the back
okay.
it has like the gospel on it.
Yeah.
So I've seen that Christians leave just that.
That ticked me off.
Yeah, don't leave just. Do not be I mean, obviously we should be better tippers than most people if we are.
Yeah.
Economy is terrible right now, and we, regardless of what you think, under the current president we have, our economy is the worst it's been in 50 years.
Right.
Period. There's no fact to dispute that. However, you want to. So tips are not going to be as big. But Christians, we should be bigger tippers, and do not just leave tracts. Don't just put a fake $1 million in the bill on the table and then just leave it at that.
Yeah.
That's being a jerk.
That makes me less likely to go seek out religion. If I saw that, I'd just get mad that I didn't get a tip.
Yeah. So, like, leave a good tip and then leave something funny. $1 million. $1 million, I like the idea, but yeah. I wouldn't normally say use it for like a restaurant.
Yeah, you can leave like $5 and that. I
would even say, I mean, you can, but like, it's like, oh, look, I got $1,005,000. Yes. I mean, no one's really gonna think it's real, but like, because there's $100 ones too. So, and that's even more deceiving. Mm-hmm. So, leave just a regular track, a little piece of paper that says, "Have you heard the good news?" Something, these. I know Wretched Radio and Living Waters have really good ones. What time is purple? Are you a rotten fish? Just kind of stuff that answers some question. A lot of people have deep questions, stuff like that. But I would use like $1 million where you leave it on someone's car, drop it on the ground, let someone take it, something like that.
Right.
But yeah, don't be a jerk and just leave a track. Leave actual tips if you're going to leave a tip at all. I mean, don't, because I've seen people where they left someone a tip that didn't deserve it whatsoever, and I'm like, your tip covered mine then, because I'm not leaving anything at all.
Yeah.
Right,
well, what's number 3 for you?
I think I got one more. What was it? Oh, bad internet in small town areas.
Yeah.
Which we experienced that a lot, especially at church today. My goodness. So we have, I'm just going to call them out. We got Breeze Line. Mm-hmm. And I guess they have them in Altoona as well. I don't have too many problems here at home. I don't. I mean, we stopped live streaming. This is all recorded. At some point, maybe we, do a special episode where I live stream and I connect my phone to this and someone calls in and we answer questions. Just something, whoever I'm with, something funny, just for a special event. But I don't live stream too much. So at the most, I'm on my Xbox playing something. Daniel's on his Xbox playing something, and Maddie's on the TV watching something. That's the most that's ever there.
Right.
And I don't have too many problems. At the church, we got a brand new computer by Build Redux. Fantastic company. The computer runs so well. It's 4070, I think, was the graphics card. It's a Core Intel i9. Besides, we didn't get the highest graphics card because we're not playing games, but right. I wanted something that, just in case, we have a terabyte internal memory, whatever. Computer runs fantastic, and we use OBS, and OBS hardly ever is the issue when it comes to like dropping frames. They just send the signal out. So if you're dropping frames, it's something coming into it. Mm-hmm. I can't call Breeze Line like, hey, I'm dropping frames on OBS. What do I do about it? They have no idea what I'm talking about.
Am I supposed to be speaking Greek to them?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've gotten some of the more techie people on there that do know what I'm talking about. But even so, it's like, Like, well, we don't see anything wrong on our end. There's nothing like in hindering it and pinging off or whatever. I'm like, well, obviously, like you just saw today, I had this the sermon, it disconnected from OBS like 7 or 8 times today, which disconnected us from Facebook, YouTube, Subsplash. It wasn't anywhere. So go up and re-upload it to YouTube. With 50 upload speed, it should upload within a matter of like a minute.
Right.
It took 15, 20 minutes just to upload that. And that's, I mean, that does sound like a third world problem. Like, oh my gosh, it took 20 minutes to upload my video. And it's an, hour-long sermon.
Right.
But like, we're paying for higher speeds and we're not getting that. I'm paying for the only reason we have internet is to stream to Subsplash, which sends to Facebook and YouTube. That's the only reason we have it.
There's probably nothing else connected.
No, it's just, the pastor's computer is connected in a box, but even so, we'll go in there and unconnect in the fellowship hall. We'll unconnect those, and that's it. And I'm dropping frames left and right. Nothing else is connected. So obviously there's something wrong.
Yeah.
In big cities, I just saw there was an article about a professor and his students were able to find out all the unused space in a fiber optics cable to be able to have like 10 terabytes of download speed.
That's crazy.
Which is insane, and you'd be able to have like 5,000 terabytes of upload speed. I could be over exaggerating, but it was insane speeds. Mm-hmm. And obviously, they're going to roll that out to big cities first,
right?
And we may or may not ever see that in our small town.
Yeah, fiber is kind of hard to run around here.
Exactly, which is why I'm looking into. I just talked to Verizon about the Verizon 5G home internet, but it's still a small town, so obviously our 5G is brand new. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how that would work. But it's being in I love the small town. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The small town's great. It's quiet. We got a train that runs behind our house. It's, it's peaceful. But the amenities that, city people get is so much better than what we get. Because we're just kind of like second-class citizens to people from the city. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we'll just pass down, the old stuff and worry about them later.
Yeah. Well, in their defense, it's more people to get at one time.
Yeah. And you're going to get your money either way.
Yeah.
You have how many hundreds of thousands of people in New York City compared to I think there's maybe 500 to 1,000 people in Rock Hill and Orby.
Yeah.
And even so, it's worse for you. You don't have Breezeline out where you're at, do you?
I do have Breezeline.
Oh, you do?
I have great internet 98% of the time.
Yeah,
but that 2%, it's down for like 12 hours.
Yeah, and even so, like the church, I have no problem watching YouTube videos, watching something on my phone if I do connect my phone. We got no problems with watching stuff, right. But that's not why we have it. We have it to stream stuff, and then that's where the upload speed comes into play, and it's supposed to be 50. But, if I'm watching it, oh, look, I'm getting 1 or 2% upload speed, 2 megabytes of upload speed. It's terrible. Mm-hmm. Like, this isn't what I'm paying for. Oh, it looks fine on our end. Did you check maybe it's OBS? Or, it could be bad cables we have, older cables. It could be the modem box, whatever. But it's not like they should be able to come out and see the problem.
Right.
And they can't.
Yeah, there's no reason you can't upload a video as it's streaming. Or live streaming. I don't know how all that stuff works.
Yeah, well, the live stream, it gets put onto YouTube at that time, which we shouldn't have to upload. That's why we record it at the same time as streaming it, so I have that file there's nothing wrong with. Mm-hmm. If you go back and watch the stream now, there's going to be 2 right now. One is the live stream and one's the recording. The live stream is going to be buggy and it kicks off after like 30 or 45 minutes. Mm. And then the recording is the one that's straight through, smooth, and looks there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
The live stream should be the same if the upload speed's there. And what's funny is I've even Sunday morning we did live stream here. Sunday mornings we had downtime for everything, drop frames everywhere. I come home, we'd stream DMD, I wouldn't have an issue.
Huh.
So I'm wondering, to me, there's that conspiracy theory of like, oh, it's a church, we gotta mess with them, blah blah blah, or the older people in church, the devil's really working hard today. Sometimes it's like, no, Michelle, the sound system is old and needs replaced. It's not, or you just can't sing. The devil's working hard today on my voice. I'm like,
I can't believe
is he working hard every Sunday then? Because
I can't believe a company like Breezeline would care that much about that, though.
No, I wouldn't even say it's them. Just I don't know how many churches stream from Breezeline on Sunday mornings or whatever, but. Conspiracy theories, you gotta blame.
Fun.
You have to blame somebody. It can't just be because it sucks.
Yeah. Somebody hates churches.
Yeah. Those darn Christians, they're always ruining everything. We're going to ruin their church service. I mean, all you're doing is ruining it for the old people that can't come to church, really. So shame on you. You hate old people.
Yeah.
If you're watching this and you're messing with our internet, stop it. You hate old people.
Just stop it.
Stop it. Well, I think that's about all the time we got. Trying to keep these at a little shorter because I've been told that like long episodes nobody really wants to watch and listen to. So
I like an hour, but
yeah, 45 minutes to an hour is that. But I mean, with the topics, it's we could take a topic and talk about it all day, or at least I could. I'm a talker.
I'm not.
Yeah, at work, I'm finally in a lead position, and I missed all the cool seminars or like trainings they had prior months with the new transition we're going into, and a lot of them were like, "Oh, you guys are going to learn how to talk and learn how to communicate this and that." I'm like, I want to get up there and do that because I want them to try to get on me. It's like, look, my hobbies include talking.
Yeah.
I do podcasts. I do videos. I'm a DM for, I have to make up stuff on the fly. Yeah. I have to be good at talking. It's like, go ahead and try to be articulate about how I talk. Like, I guarantee that I can articulate my thought better than a lot of these people at work do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's all I do is just talk. I've been told that I talk to hear myself talk. And it's weird because you notice you have to hear yourself come through the headphones.
Yeah.
And you don't like it, do you?
No.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But it's something you get used to.
Yeah.
Especially I got to go back and edit videos. I'm like, oh, I sound terrible. And I just found the old podcast episodes from the Comics Vault whenever I interviewed Roger Bumpus and the guy did Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Rob Paulson, and Kent Tonkin, who I'm going to have on here at some point soon, and a couple other people, and just listen to myself then. And that was 6-7 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like, did I mature in that amount of time that my voice got deeper, or is like just the audio equipment just that bad? Because I sound younger in those videos.
Well, 6 years. I listened to the last podcast. I'm like, I actually sound like that? Ew.
Yeah, that's what people hear. If you want a cool science project, if you want to, before you record or listen to yourself, take 2 folders and put them here in front of your ears, and then start talking. Because the thing is, like, your vocals is running from your mouth straight up the side into your ear canal. So it's right. More the vibrations, and you're hearing it right here. Mm-hmm. If you put folders there, it has to go around the folders into your ears, and that's what you're hearing. Oh, okay. So it's kind of, I don't know what it would be called, some sort of science of hearing, but like it's I
think it's mainly bone vibration.
Yeah, that makes the bone conducting and stuff like that. Yeah,
different.
Like those bone conducting headphones we looked at. They're neat in theory, but I want to hear the music and not everything else around me, which is why I like the option to be able to turn off noise canceling.
Right.
So,
or transparency or whatever.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on again. Very, very short notice as if I talked to you yesterday. So
it's fun.
Yeah. We'll talk about something else next time.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.